This is a J-Cut or Jump Cut, one of the best simple, easy, and most effective techniques in video editing. Thanks to this technique, I reached more than 20 million views on YouTube, and in this video, I will show you with real examples how you can use a J-Cut for your videos. Basically, a J-Cut is taking the audio of the next sequence and anticipate the sound to the previous one. In that way, before the first video ends, the audio of the second starts to sound. The audio track jumps from the next scene to the previous one. Let's start with the first example using my documentary Origins of the Silver War, which is a Formula 1 documentary I made some years ago about the battle for the 2014 Formula 1 Championship between the Mercedes drivers Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. This is the minute 2 of the documentary where Nico Rosberg is talking in a driver's interview before the start of the first race. And let's see how I use a jump cut in this sequence.
There, for sure, a good race is possible.
This is a clear example using the music as a jump cut. Nico Rosberg is explaining in the driver's interview his feelings before the start of the race. He stopped talking.
A good race is possible.
Some seconds of silence, and the purple audio track starts to sound before the next sequence starts, which is this one.
From there, for sure, a good race is possible.
It's a way to say, hey, the music starts, stay tuned, keep watching. The best is yet to come. To anticipate emotions. For example, using music, we can anticipate the right emotion we want to transmit before the beginning of the next video or the next piece of footage starts to give a clue to the spectator, to the viewer. Next example, this is one of the races of the documentary, the Monaco Grand Prix, the driver protagonist Rosberg and Hamilton fighting for the win in that race.
It's lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start from Nico Rosberg.
I use the jump cut with the commentator's voice when the commentator says, "It's lights out and away we go."
It's lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start from Nico.
The jump cut is all this track that should start in this part. This is the scene that is matched with the audio track. This front view where you can see all cars starting the race. But I decided to anticipate the commentator's voice to add 3 more sequences, which is this one, the onboard camera of Lewis Hamilton, this one, the hands of Lewis Hamilton in the steering wheel, and this shoot that is spectacular with both drivers with the helmet all ready for racing. To condense action scenes. This technique gives me the possibility to show different footage faster, to pack the action scenes in a shorter period of time, and in that way to create much more epic action scenes in a battle between 2 cars on track. Move on to the next example, Lewis Hamilton with the helmet on after a qualifying session.
You're obviously incredibly disappointed.
The voice of the reporter starts before the driver interview image is shown.
You're obviously incredibly disappointed.
In this case, in my documentaries, normally I have race action and driver interviews after the race. Making these jump cuts, I reduce the time we are seeing the driver's face in the interviews, which is normally the most boring part of my documentaries. What people want to see is drivers racing on track. It's a way to save time to the spectators, you know? To create smooth transitions. Anticipating the audio track between clips, the transition between one scene to another is much more smoother. In the brain of the spectator, the audio track starts to sound before he can watch the next clip. Our brain makes an idea about what is gonna be next. There's many ways to create transitions between videos, but one of them is with the audio, and that's one of the functions you can use making jump cuts in your edits. Next example of a jump cut in my documentary Origins of the Silver War, Nico Rosberg wins the German Grand Prix. He's German, very exciting win for him. This is the jump cut. The jump cut is a green audio track that is the sound of the German national anthem. I use this jump cut to anticipate when it's gonna be. People will realize that the next sequence it's about related to the podium, because in the podium ceremony always sounds the national anthem of the winner driver. To save time to the viewers, when you are creating jump cuts, it's a very good way to reduce the length of the clips. That allows us to create shorter videos. Maybe we save 3, 4, 5 minutes of the documentary in a documentary of 1 hour long. Time is gold, the most important thing we have in this world. So if we save time to our viewers, we are doing something really good as well. If this video is helping you or you are enjoying it, please don't forget to subscribe, because I will make much more videos explaining much more things about video editing and Formula 1. Click on the bell, turn on notifications and subscribe. Thank you so much. Hungarian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton racing, he's starting last, he's recovering places.
Hamilton on the wet line on the intermediate
The
time.
jump cut once again in the green audio track.
Hamilton on the wet line on the intermediate time.
And this is the original sequence that is related to this audio file. He's talking about Hamilton, that it's the driver being shown in this sequence. So you know, in the next sequence, it's about Lewis Hamilton as well. I'm mixing these two sequences, the onboard camera and the Lewis Hamilton pass, as a one single one, using the voice of the commentator. In this onboard camera, he is not passing the Ferrari. That happens some minutes after. In that way, I can make a jump cut and to accelerate the time in the documentary. In this case, it's a jump cut that led me to combine two different scenes that happen in two very different moments in time in the documentary as a one single one. There's another technique very similar that is named L-cuts, and in this video I will explain to you how to use it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Crown.